We are divine worship center, where the saints are holding up the standard of love. We are divine worship center. We are divine worship center. We are divine worship center, where the saints are holding up the standard of love. We are divine worship center. We are divine worship center. We are divine worship center, where the saints are holding up the standard of love. We are divine worship center. We are divine worship center. We are divine worship center, where the saints are holding up the standard of love. We are divine worship center. We are divine worship center. We are divine worship center, where the saints are holding up the standard of love. We are divine worship center.
Hey, what's good, everybody? God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this lesson on tonight because I got a lot that I want to cover. That's the reason why I gave y'all that 2-minute and 25-second interlude so y'all can come on, y'all can comment, you can like, and you can share. Hey, God bless you. Good to see you on, Sister Rachel. Thank you so very much for coming on. Hey, there's my prophetess. God bless you, Prophetess Marie, and her husband. Thank God for him being on as well. Zach, he's a miracle. Well, I'm telling you, God kept this man. And if you saw the vehicle that he was in a car wreck on, I believe yesterday it was, you know that God is a miracle worker. So do me a favor, go ahead, comment, like, share, say hi to me. I'm getting ready to jump right on into this, y'all. I'm telling you, it's a hot topic on tonight because I never understood and want to make sure that I understand, why do women think that men only think about sex? And so some things that have been going on with me, God bless you, Sister Vanessa, things that's been going on with me and within myself. It came to me that men needs is more than just sex. Men needs is more than just sex. So I'm telling you, that's the reason why we're coming from the marriage page as well as my personal page, but marriage raw and uncut, because these are some things that we need to talk about. So I wanted to bring you this. From a man's point of view, in order to not only help out our men, but also to help our women better understand their men, whether it be fiance, whether it be boyfriend, whether it be husband, whatever the case may be, in hopes to be, whatever. But I wanted you to hear it from a man's point of view. And I believe that it's very important because I used to say this a lot, and I still say this a lot, that women do know men a little bit better than men know themselves. It's because of the genetic makeup and how we was constructed, the anatomy of men and how God made us. Because you got some intuitions of men and you got some intuitions of women. So I get that. But at the same time, just because women may know men a little bit more better than a man knows themselves does not necessarily mean that women know men, if you caught that. So you may understand a certain things and a few things don't necessarily mean that you know everything about that man. So I want to talk to you tonight. So go ahead, share this. I'm telling you, it's getting ready to be powerful. I got 10 things, and that's just 10. I just broke it down and just narrowed it down to just 10 things that men need outside of sex from their spouses. And women, I'm telling you, when you get ready to hear this from a male point of view, go ahead, let me put this disclaimer out there to you. God bless you. God bless you, brother Christian. Good to see you on, man. I love you. I love you. That's my nephew, my cousin nephew up in Detroit. But listen, I want to put this disclaimer out there to you all. Women, don't get mad at me about what I'm getting ready to talk about on tonight. Don't get upset with me on tonight. I hope I don't lose no cool points with my sisters out there on tonight. But there are some things that need to be brought to the surface, and there's a revelation that needs to be brought unto you. So if you are married, if you desire to be married or want to be married or been in a long-term relationship and you still ain't got that ring on it yet, this is going to help you. So do me a favor, go ahead and share this video because I am excited, y'all, because I'm telling you, the last, and y'all know my life and my wife's life, our marriage life, we use our marriage life as testaments. I'm careful how I say this. We use as a testament to help other people. And so, the last 2 days has been rough, y'all. I'm telling you, the last 2 days has been rough. And it's not necessarily it's all because of her. I will not put that and say it's all her, because I know I have my ways as well. And so these last 2 days kind of been rough, whatever the case may be. And so the last 2 days, God has been talking to me, but my mindset went to a certain place because this is how we were in the beginning of our marriage. When I will tell my wife sometimes, well, what make you think that you deserve this, or what make you think that I'm just going to pay for everything, or what make you think I'm just going to give you this or give you that, or what make you think? And she used to always turn around and say, because I'm supplying your needs, I'm supplying your needs. Well, what make you think that because I bought a car, I got to buy you a car, honey? Because as long as I'm taking care of your needs, come on, y'all women know you said it, and you say it all the time. Come on, because you equate a man need to being sexual. So then what happens is women think because that they are supplying men sexual need, get this, need, not plural, singular, need, that is the entire needs of a man. And it don't work that way. Oh, come on. I hope I'm not, women don't I don't want to lose no cool points with you. But my wife used to say that all the time. I'm taking care of your needs. I'm fulfilling your needs. And it's always was equated or related to being sexual. But at the same time, this is the reason why I want to talk to you all, to let you understand that a man's needs is not always sexual. And you got to know how to appeal to every need of that man. And if you appeal to the need of that man, then you will fulfill the needs of that man. And so you got to understand something, that men are emotional, and we are so different emotionally when it comes down to emotion than women. We're completely the opposite. When it comes down to emotionalism, we are totally opposite. And so a lot of women, a lot of wives, girlfriends or fiancés, whatever the case may be, don't know how to deal with the emotionalism of men. And because you try to deal with the emotionalism of men according to the way you think it should be, and that's where the clash come in at. So I want to jump in this. Somebody let me know. Am I already helping you? Please let me know. Talk to me. I can see your comments. Talk to me. Let me know that I'm here, that I'm with you. But I want to talk to you real quick, and I'm not going to be before you long. I want to give you 10 things out of maybe 150 that I thought about. But I want to give you 10 things that a man need outside of sex. And some of y'all think, all he needs is sex. And some of y'all think that y'all can make us behave. I about said it my street way. I can't say it the way I used to say it in the projects. So some of y'all think y'all can make us behave by giving us relations. Yeah, let me say it that way. I wasn't going to say it how my wife said it. But some women think that they can control men by giving them relations, by having sex with them. Like sex make everything better. We'll hear it from a man, okay? Hear it from a man that's been married almost 28 years. Hear what I'm saying to you. I am full-blown man. Hear what I'm saying to you. I am a man from the crown of my head to the sole of my feet. Hear what I'm saying to you. Sex, I about said it my hood way, because y'all know what we call it. There's a lot of little words for that thing, okay? But sex don't fix everything with a man. It makes him happy for the moment, but it don't fix the emotional side of that man. And so I want to help you deal with the emotional side of that man so that whenever you give this man sexual pleasures, he'll remember it for the rest of his life. One thing I thought about was I was watching the other night. What was that movie we was watching? And she burnt the car down. She burnt the car, and the man he left with Waiting to Exhale. We was watching Waiting to Exhale. And the scene where Angela Bassett, y'all know, y'all women love that scene. Y'all love that scene where Angela Bassett looked at the clothes in the closet, dum 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 dum, and she started snatching the clothes down, and she started ripping up the clothes and all this other kind of stuff, and she threw them in the car when she was dragging that wagon. Y'all remember that part? She was dragging that wagon, and she said 752 times I done made love to you. See, emotionally, y'all count 752 times we done had sex. 952 times. I remember back in 1974 when we was laid out at the theater in the backseat of the hoop-de-ville. I mean, y'all remember all this stuff, and men is nowhere in that. Men conscious is nowhere there because you think that sex is everything when it comes to a man. Well, I'm here to tell you that sex is not everything when it comes to a man. Even though, men, now, I'm not going to lie to you, sex is good. God created sexual pleasures for us to enjoy. He tells us in his word to enjoy each other in your youth. Enjoy your spouse in your youth. So yeah, enjoy it while you can, because there's going to come a time where the tree branch is going to break and the river going to dry up. I'm just saying. So I'm just saying. So yeah, you're supposed to be enjoying it while you are, at that moment while you can. So that's going to come a time. I'm telling you, the blue pill won't work. I'm just saying. So listen. So there's 10. Let me get to these 10 things. There's 10 things that I went and I looked and I researched and I talked about that I want to deal with. And one of the things is to where men need or your husband need, catch this, is respect. Is respect. Women, that is your most vulnerable weapon that you can use for your husband. RESPECT. Aretha Franklin said it better, and she made this in 1967. RESPECT. Respect goes a long way with a man. But check this out. While this can be a slippery proposition for some women, and you'll find yourself saying, he doesn't deserve my respect. Key one, he don't deserve my respect. He's a narcissistic slob. Most men want to be held in a high esteem and be seen by their women as their heroes. Men want to be seen by their women as their heroes, even when they make mistakes. Even when they make mistakes, the man wants to feel like that they're the one that can save the day. The man wants to be the one to feel as if he is your Superman. And Superman ain't going to get it right all the time. But the man wants to be felt as if he got your respect. If that man got your respect, it don't matter who respects him and who don't respect him. As long as his mate, as long as his wife, as long as that woman respects him. Y'all let me know if I start going in and out, y'all. As long as that woman respects him, she'll have that man's love forever. He wants to feel as if he is her hero. Men want and need their mates to believe in them. Sometimes all your husband wants is, no matter how much of a, Lord, y'all pray for me, because y'all pray for me. See, the devil about made me cuss. No matter how much of a mess up that man may be or what he may do, that man want and need their mate to believe in them, especially when they take a beating from putting in 70 to 40 to 50 to 60 or even 10 hours of work to make your life better. A woman holds the key because so much approval and affirmation come from their wives. You hold the key. When you can affirm your man, you will have that man's heart for the rest of your life. While they are dedicated and hardworking husbands and fathers, they may have different emotional and sexual expectations. And at the end of the day, those men desire to be respected for who they are, not for what have you done for me lately. Women, you cannot put your level of respect or base your level of respect off of what that man do for you. Your level of respect to that man should go beyond what he does for you, because he's not going to always be what you need him to be or what you want him to be at every given moment. Never base your respect for that man based off of what he has or is doing for you. Never look at him and say, well, what have you done for me lately? So that was just an interlude. That wasn't even number one. Here's number one. Number one, that a man needs outside of sex. This is the most important thing that a man needs outside of sex. Boy, the numbers are dropping. Woo! They're watching from behind the scenes. It is absolutely okay. The number one thing that a man needs outside of sex from his spouse or from his mate is, number one, stop the insults in an attempt to motivate him to change. Women, you cannot be in control of your husbands at all times. You can't use your WikiLeaks to change your husband into what you want him to be. Stop the insults in an attempt to motivate him to change. You cannot insult your mate into change. The more you insult that man is going to retreat from you. Women may think that their harsh criticisms will fix their husbands and make them better. Your criticisms will not fix your husband, nor will it make them better. Nope. What you are doing is actually causing rejections that will lead to anger, which will then lead to bitter resentment towards you. The more you insult that man, the more that man is going to resent you. I know I'm telling the truth. It's absolutely okay. Number two, I'm going to run through these because I don't want my internet to mess up. I know the devil is the prince of the air, and he'll jump in here, and I don't want all that. But number two that a man needs outside of sex, he needs you to create the safe space for open and emotionally honest dialogue to happen. Create a safe space for an open and emotionally honest dialogue to happen. Dialogue deals with communication. Communication, that man must know that he have a safe place with you to communicate. Create the safe space. That man needs to know that when he is dysfunctional, he's safe with you. Create the safe space for open and emotional, honest dialogue to happen. If a woman can risk still respecting her husband in spite of his Neanderthal behaviors, he will eventually demonstrate with his heart that he can and is willing to change. Respect is the gateway for such conversations to happen, and a wise wife will offer it frequently to build up her husband and set the stage for such intimate encounters. See, I hear all the time, sometimes my wife tells me sometimes, it's the intimacy. I want intimacy. I want intimacy. And so women, if you want intimacy, if you want to be able to have those dialogues and actually hear, and not just hear, but understand the true emotions of that man, you got to create the safe space. But you can't create the safe space if you always giving him or insulting him. That's why I said number one. You can't create a safe space when the insults are greater than the space that you're trying to create. I'm going to say this, and I'll probably say it a little bit later, but women, it's hard for men to open up to you as a husband because that's all you will see him as, is a husband. That's why a lot of men won't talk to you women openly about how they feel emotionally, because women, it's hard for wives or women to differentiate the moment to where you need to be the encourager and the supporter and his rock versus his wife. Because if he try to open up to you emotionally and you coming at him as a wife, catch that, he's going to shut down that every time because you're going to answer him as a wife. And if you're going to answer him as a wife and not a support, because see, when you look at wife or husband, it deals with obligation. I don't want you to talk to me just because you feel like you're obligated to. I need to know that it's a safe place that I can tell you my true feelings, and you want to love me, support me, build me, encourage me, in spite of how stupid it may be to you. So that's the reason why women, you got to be careful about telling your husbands, that's just stupid. That's just dumb. Why would you even do that? That ain't building up your house. That ain't building up your husband. A wise woman builds her house, but a foolish one tears it down with her hands. You got to be careful what you allow to come out of your mouth. Number 3, what a man needs outside of sex. Express respect in his love language. I encourage every woman and every man, every husband, every wife, every fiance, male or female, I encourage you, find out what each other's love language is. Because see, some of y'all love language is speaking in a language that you can't comprehend. See, the husband love language is speaking, but it's foreign language to you. But you got to take the time to learn that man's language. Glory. Help me, Holy Ghost. You got to take the time to learn that man's language. Just like that man got to take the time to know and to learn your language. What is your love language? What is it? What is it that makes you compatible or incompatible? You should know his love language. Number 3, express respect in his love language. It can be spoken through words of affirmation. How can you affirm your husband if you don't even know how to speak his language? Nothing is as important for such a man to hear his woman assure him that he is awesome, that he is competent, and that he is heroic. Every day, women, you should be speaking to your husbands, no matter what kind of hell you've gone through. Both of y'all should be able to recover quickly. But if you want that man to emotionally recover quickly, he needs to hear from you that he's awesome, that he's competent, that he's heroic. So women, you have to make your home a place of safety in his life, where those critical voices that he hears in his business life are drowned out by the soothing voice of your affirmation. Catch this. Don't no man want to go out and work all day and deal with a whole lot of drama every day from other people. Let me just say it this way. Don't no man want to go out and deal with hell and have to come home to hell. If I'm going to deal with hell, I should come home to healing. Oh, God, that's good. Lord have mercy. If you know your husband's love language, then you will know how to heal your husband when he come home. If he's out there dealing with hell, he should come home to healing. If you know your husband's love language, you'll be able to look at your husband and be able to read him and know what's the good thing for him, what's the bad thing for him, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. I'm going to deal with that, y'all. But it's not going to happen if you don't know his love language. You won't be able to drown out everything that he's dealing with your soothing voices of affirmation if you don't know how to talk his language. Am I helping somebody? Come on, let me know if I'm helping you. Number 4, respect him by offering yourself for physical affection. Yes, now I'm talking about sex. Now look at how this lined up. If you stop insulting him, if you create a safe space for open and emotional and honest dialogue to happen, and if you express respect in his love language, now you can respect him. Number 4, respect him by offering yourself for physical affection. Talking about sex. Now the sexual act become pleasurable. Catch this. When wives willingly and passionately make love to their men. Yes, I said passionately, not passively. Passionately. Don't just give your man some Jesus. Okay. Don't just give your man some sex just because you just doing it. If a man just wants sex, he can go ahead and just have sex with anybody. You can just, hey, it's as the people used to say back in the old days, there's plenty of fish in the sea. All you got to do is go fishing. So you passionately have sex or passionately have sex with your husband and not passively. And initiate the act occasionally. This speaks louder that you respect his need for physical affection served up his way. I need you to hear what I'm saying to you. Women, I may lose some of y'all support on this one. But stop being selfish. Let me help you. What do you mean by being selfish? Well, why you don't look at me no more? Why you don't touch me no more? Why you don't rub on me no more? Why you don't say I'm beautiful no more? Well, why you don't come on to me no? Listen, cut that out. If you want your man to really give you his heart, initiate it. Become the initiator. Hear what I'm saying to you. Passionately give yourself to them, not passively. Initiate that act occasionally. That's the reason why, and I'm not giving out scriptures tonight, but I got to refer to this one. That's the reason why Queen Esther, I believe, was able to get her husband's attention and cause him to offer her everything that he owned up to half of his kingdom. And all she did was just stood by a window, got herself together, stood by a window and looked out the window, and she caught his eye. So be willingly and passionately make love to your husbands, passionately, not passively, because that shows that you are showing respect for his physical need. See, thank you, Holy Spirit. It's not how often you do it. It's how you do it. Somebody better catch this. It's not, because I'm on my original page and I don't know, you might have some teenagers or something running about, but it's not how often you do it, but it's how you do it, okay? And if you do it the way he wants it done, then it won't be replaced by another it. I'm trying to talk in code, but I know y'all got it. So number 4, respect him by offering yourself for physical affection. Yes, I'm talking about sex. Number 5, here's a hard one. Respect him by letting him be a man. Woo! And see, let me help you, women, wives, or girlfriends, or whoever, fiancés, whatever. Let me help you. Being a man is not defined by your own personal definition. Every woman got a definition of what they think a man is. Every woman got an ideal of what type of man they want. And that's where y'all mess up, because you try to create the man you want. And whoo, Lord help me, I just about said something, but I'm going to say it anyway. A lot of y'all marry these folk that you don't need, thinking you're going to make him what you want, and it don't work. So respect him by letting him be a man. If a woman allows her man to be a man without mothering him or trying to be his mama, and lets him be who he was designed to be without the need of fixing him, that man will drop the remote that is stuck on ESPN, come up out of his man cave more often, and hand you his heart and engage you emotionally without losing his masculinity. I need y'all to hear that real good. If a woman will allow her man to be a man without trying to be his mother, and let him be who he was designed to be without the need of trying to fix him, you are not Olivia Pope. You are not the fixer. You are not the fixer. And that's where the problem comes in, that you trying to fix what you was not designed to fix. If you would just let him be who God has called him to be, he will put the remote down, spend time with you on Sundays. He will skip the football game. He will come up out of his man cave, and he will sit down and watch Lifetime with you, cuddled, cuddled, eating popcorn, sipping on Coca-Cola, hot cocoa and chili. He won't mind wearing matching pajamas, with the little poodle face on it, and he wouldn't mind wearing the little Santa Claus socks and all this other kind of stuff, if you allow him to be the man. So the first thing you got to do is you got to define a man. How do you know what a man is? You got to learn his language. I don't care if you feel like that man is no good, or whatever the case may be, because, thank you, Holy Spirit. The definition of a man is not defined by his works. The definition of a man is defined by the anatomy and the makeup, his emotionalism, his masculinity. So if you allow him to be a man and stop trying to be his mama, then he will engage himself unto you emotionally, and then at the same time, he won't be losing none of his masculinity. That's why you see men now, they don't have a problem with matching pajamas. They don't have a problem with dressing alike. They don't have a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Stuff that people make, that you hear other men say, man, I ain't doing that. Because they have not emotionally connected. You can tell when a couple is emotionally connected. And that's what you want. You want to be emotionally connected to your man, not just physically connected. Because physical attraction only lasts for a moment. The moment those chromosomes and that mind just runs out and burns up, that emotional, that physical attraction is gone. And it has to be worked back up again. But emotional attraction don't have to be worked up. It's automatic. Emotional attraction is automatic. And I take emotional attraction any day over physical attraction. Lord, what number was I on? That was number what? Number 5. Okay, that was number 5. I'm halfway there, y'all. Bear with me. I'm halfway there. I'm making good time. Number 6. Now this is a doozy. Number 6, respect him by giving him space. I'm just I'm just trying to see if y'all hear the crickets that I hear. Cricket, 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 cricket. Respect him by giving him space. That's a hard one. I know it is. I know it's hard. Let's say that you and your man get into a heated argument. And sometimes the tendency is for a woman to push for instant conflict resolution. We're gonna settle this. Am I telling the truth? Now we gotta get this. We're gonna settle this right now. We're gonna deal with this right now. We ain't gonna wait till no later. We gotta deal with this now. We gotta talk about this right now. I don't care if you want to talk about it now. We're gonna deal with this right now. So sometimes the tendency is for a woman to push for instant conflict resolution. You want to settle the argument right then and there. But what's going on in your mature man's mind, what's going on in your man's mind is totally the opposite. You sit up and want to, and he's sitting up and like, oh my God. Oh, you know what? You know what we do? As men, this is what we do. We just shut down. We walk away. We'll turn over. We won't say nothing. We'll say our little bit and blast you out and be done. We're like, oh, well. And we'll walk off. We'll walk off. And then you just ignoring me. Why you don't want to listen to me? You didn't listen to me. I'm like, okay, stop being my mama. So we'll shut down. We'll walk off. We ain't got nothing to say. We do that. But what's going on in that man's mind is totally opposite. So while you going, we're going to do this right now. We're going to get this right now. We're going to be doing this right now. We got to talk right now. What he's saying in his mind is, I need some space. I need some space right now. Because let me help you something. Let me help you. One of the hardest things for a man to control is his anger. And a man's anger without the control of God is dangerous. And women will push men, push them and 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 push them. Now, women, I know y'all get mad, but it's something about when you push a man to an edge and he snaps. The chemical makeup is different. So when you're doing that, he's saying to himself, I need some space and I need it now. So women, you got to give your husband, give him the space he needs to go to his little man cave or go to the car or take a drive or whatever so that he can process his thoughts. In other words, women, in the midst of heated arguments and debates, if they say, let's talk about it later, give them that space. Give them that space. Why? Because that is them trying to bring, or that is us as men, trying to bring our emotions up under subjection, and we're trying to process our thoughts. So you got to give them space to process their thoughts, to process our thoughts. And I hear you, Vanessa, want to know about y'all anger, but I get to the women later. I'm talking about the husbands today. So give that man space to process his thoughts. Because guess what? He might be new at this. And because he's new at this, and this is something new for him, that's even more of a reason to allow him room, get this, to complain and express himself in a way he needs to in order to be heard until he eventually comes around. Because he's new at this. You might need to give him space. He may not necessarily express his anger the way that you think he should. Calming down may be walking away, saying, I'm not dealing with this. Oh, no, I'm over that. And y'all may be thinking that it's just pushing up on the rug, but it's not. Maybe that the men process things differently than women. That's it. Give each other space. I agree with that. So because he's new at this, or he might be new at this, that's even more the reason to allow him room to complain and to express himself in a way that he needs to be heard until he eventually comes around. He will come around. He will come around. Number 7, and I'm almost done. Number 7, support. I can't express this enough. Support and encourage him because he's under pressure most of the time, but won't tell you. The reason why and y'all think, and this, because this is happened with us, my wife said the same thing. She said to me all the time, because sometimes I get finicky, I get emotional. I'll be in a bad place, and sometimes I come home and stuff. Yeah, I do. I may pick at her or take out something on her. It's the truth. Admit it, man. We do it. And that's why I say you can't always blame your spouses, your wife. It's not always them. So sometimes I may be snappy, or she might, and she don't know I'm in a bad mood, but in my mind, I'm in a bad mood, and she may say something to me, and I may snap at her, and I have done that. And that's probably why we was in a bad place for 2 days, because maybe something I said, I don't know. But her too. But I'm just saying, you'll snap and you'll do certain things, or whatever the case may be. But here's the thing. They may be under pressure and won't tell you, but may take it out on you. So you got to support and encourage him. Number 7, support and encourage him because he's under pressure most of the time, but won't tell you. And I want to deal with that just for a second. A man fighting to provide for his family needs constant affirmation. And he needs, and that she believes in him and looks up to him. Yeah, men can be moody. I know he may be snapping and this, that, and the other all the time. I get it. I know he may not be confrontational, and when he is confrontational, it's a little bit more confrontational than you desire for it to be. I get it. But you got to also be considered about what is that man dealing with? What is that man bringing home? What has that man been dealing with the entire day? So if a man is fighting to provide for his family, he needs constant affirmation. And women don't ever be like, I ain't doing it. I ain't saying that more. Man, that Negro better get on up and do that on his own. He better be a man and stand up. No, never stop giving your husband affirmations and confirmation. He needs to know that even in the hardest of times, it's at the hard times that he needs to know that you by his side. It's at the hard times he needs to know that through hell and high water, y'all want to stick it out. Y'all want to be there. You're my king. You're my protector. You're my hero. I know it's hard right now. I know you messed up. I know I messed up, but we're going to make it through this. We're going to build this thing together. Because a house divided against itself can't stand. Together we stand, divided we fall. Your husband may need you sometimes just to lay your hands on him and just pray for him. Speak words of confirmation and affirmation and declarations over his life. Shield him and protect him and cover him. He needs that constantly, not every now and then, and not just when you want something. Because see, that's another thing that wives do. Oh, I know how to get. I know how to get what I want. So you'll do certain things so you can get a certain thing. Sometimes I look at my wife when I know when she know what you want. What you want? Because if it's not the normal for you, then there's some type of motive behind it. But if you make it normal, then receiving and giving out from him will be the normal. So a man fighting to provide for his family needs constant affirmation and that she believes in him and looks up to him. Wives must see themselves in the privileged role of offering their man what no other person can. You should let your make your husband feel as if it's a privilege to be his wife. It's a privilege. It's a privilege. Full acceptance of their masculine truth. Learn to accept full acceptance of their masculine truth. A woman who reaches this level of respect for her man will have a man who will love her forever. Number 8, I'm about done, y'all. About 10 more minutes and I'm done. Appreciate all parts of your man. Woo, I'm about to help you. Not just the parts that you connect with emotionally. Number 8, appreciate all parts of your man. Not just the parts that connect you to him emotionally. I gotta say it one more time. Appreciate all parts of your man.
She said her friend has sent you a friend request so you can hear the live.
Not just the parts that connect you to them emotionally.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I don't see. I'm trying. I can't stop in the middle of this to see a friend request. I don't know who the friend request is. I'm trying to see it now because I want to make sure that I don't know who's the guy. What's his name? Let me know what his name is. Somebody sent me a friend request as fast. So, but the live should be on the marriage page and everything else. So go on the marriage page and see if it's somebody on there. But number eight, appreciate all parts of your man, not just the parts that connect you to him emotionally. If you appreciate, now I'm about to help you. If you appreciate his muscles, if you appreciate his muscles, athleticism, creative flair, and you appreciate how he take care of the bills, he mows your lawn to a beautiful critique with accurate precision, and he fixes things around the house without you asking. Oh, that's the perfect husband for y'all, ain't it? Tell him how much you appreciate it all. And tell him that you appreciate it often. Appreciate him for cutting the grass, taking care of it. But then guess what? Show him that you appreciate him for dealing with you.
Apparently you're helping the men at her lounge.
Whoo! I just messed up some folks. I know I did. Show him that you appreciate him for dealing with you. Because sometimes wives, you're not the easiest things to deal with. You're some emotional creatures.
We're not emotional creatures.
You are emotional creatures.
We're not emotional creatures.
See what I'm talking about? She in the background on my live. Talking about some she ain't on most. I ain't got my creatures. Yeah, you are.
No, we're not.
So you don't know if you're hot, you're cold, you're lukewarm. If a hot flash hits you, man, just stay away. I'm just saying, you don't know. I'm just saying. Thank you, Sister Lisa. Yes, thank you for agreeing. You are emotional. Women are emotional. Your hormones get all out of balance and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm just saying, it's a lot for men to deal with you. That's why the Bible says that it's better for a man to be up on the roof than in a house with a brawling woman. Because when you're in a house with a brawling woman, you just don't know. It's debatable. Okay, I got you. It's debatable. All right. But we know the truth. And the truth shall make you free. Not set you free, make you free. So appreciate all parts. Number 8, appreciate all parts of your man. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Because guess what? I'm going to be honest with you. Lord have mercy. I would listen, I'm telling y'all now. Coming up, yeah, praise the Lord. I ain't always been that big, flexy, muscle type guy, but I wasn't, fat and all this other kind of stuff. But listen, hey, They got those muscles now. Praise the Lord, praise God. You go on, you live. But if you love the muscles, love them when the muscles don't turn to flab. That's all I'm saying. Love them and still show them that you appreciate them when the six pack done turned into a 1 liter. All I'm saying, that's all I'm saying. When the six pack now look like a cantaloupe, you got to just learn to deal with it. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's the truth. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is marriage and uncut and raw. Hear what I'm saying to you. 10 years ago, 45 minutes may have been good, but you still got to appreciate the 10 that he got left. I'm just saying. All right, let me move. let me move on. You got learn to appreciate your man, the good, the bad, and the ugly, not just the parts that connect to you emotionally. Learn to appreciate your man. And tell him it often. Do it for him often. And when you do this, what happens is, and what may happen next, is that he will start to open up the relational parts that have been lacking in your relationship. Yeah, women, let me ask y'all this question. How many of y'all just be saying, he won't talk to me? He just won't let me in. He just won't let me in. He won't talk to me. He just shut down. I don't know what's going on with. He just acting crazy. I just don't understand. I can't deal with it. I just don't know. He won't talk to me. Maybe he'll talk to somebody else. Maybe he'll talk. I know you done said it time and time again. But if you learn how to appreciate him, if you learn how to create that safe place for him to where he can do this, he will open up to you. But a man got to know that it's a safe place. Listen, they say it ain't nothing like a woman scorned. Well, listen, let me tell you, it ain't nothing like a man who's been betrayed. Oh, that I might make that into a song myself. Y'all singing it ain't nothing like a woman scorned, and we're singing it ain't nothing like a man who's been betrayed. See, that's the reason why. You hear what I'm saying to you? Listen, and Lord, I don't want to go into this route. I really don't. But I got it. This is the only. Please hear me. This is the only example that just came to my mind. See, a woman can forgive a man who stepped out on her time and time again because she knows how to connect to the emotional side of it. But the moment a woman steps out on that man and that man feel like he's being betrayed,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. That woman, she's a hoe. She's a streetwalker. She's a pole swinger. She done been playing in more sticks and bushes than anybody. That woman becomes the scum of the earth. And that woman might say, well, you know what? I forgave you 14 times. And you mean tell me you can't forgive me this one time and we really didn't even do nothing and all we did is kiss? I'm telling you. Y'all singing that it ain't nothing like a woman scorned. It ain't nothing like a man that's been betrayed. That's the reason why you got to create a safe place for your husband. A place that he can trust. A place that he can release. You know what? Lord help me. You know why men talk to other women and don't talk to their spouses? I said I was going to talk with this about it for a few minutes. It's because you want to see him as your wife and not as a support. And a man will go talk to another woman about what's going on in his house with his wife because that other woman will not judge him, will not criticize him, and go all the way back to number one, won't spit out insults to him because that seemed like a safe place for him there. Even though it's a dangerous place, men, let me back up, let me help you. Men, don't go out here talking to other women about your problems at home with your wife. That's a dangerous place. It's a setup from the enemy. It's a setup from the devil. That's the scarf of Potiphar's wife. Good God Almighty. You got to be aware of Delilah lap. Men, don't be laying your head in every other woman's lap. Because all she wants is your secrets. She wants your secrets. Don't be aware of Delilah's lap. And don't wear Potiphar's wife's scarf. It's a dangerous place. You better hold it in until God fix your wife to where you can release it to her. Don't you go out there talking to no other women. Baby, my Mac, Is it shutting down? Let me see.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Hold on, y'all. It said I'm losing power. I don't want to lose power.
Where's your charger?
I think I got it. Is it pushed into the wall right here, man?
Yeah.
Oh, take this out right here. Plug it in. I'm sorry, y'all. I want to make sure I'm still here. Y'all give me a moment. See, I told y'all the devil is the prince of the air, and he don't want me to finish this, but I'm gonna finish this tonight. All right, here we go. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So listen. So listen. I just want to tell you that women men don't do that. Men don't you go out there. What's up, Bishop Smith? Good to see you on, my brother. Men don't go out there laying your head in no other woman's lap. I don't care how good it feels. I'm just trying to tell you, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a trap. Beware of Delilah's lap. Don't you do it.
It's a trap.
I'm telling you, it's a trap. I'm telling you. I had my head in Delilah's lap. I'm telling you, about lost my strength. But anyway, let me move on. That's a sermon for another day. That's a teacher for another day. Let me stay focused. 10 things men need outside of sex. So number 8, appreciate all parts of your man, not just the parts that connect you to him emotionally. If you do this, he will start to open up into you relationally, the relational parts that you have been lacking in your relationship. And it will go from you talking about, well, he won't open up to me. He won't talk to me. He won't do this, that, and the other. No, it'll go from that. Number 9, I got 2 more, y'all. Hang with me just for a few more minutes. Am I helping somebody? If I'm helping you, come on, just type and say, you're helping me. You're helping me. Just tell me you're helping me. Number 9, be attractive for him. Woo, Jesus. Listen, be attractive for your spouse, for your mate, for your husband. Be attractive for him. Now, this ain't going to go the way you think it's going. Because I'm not talking about how a woman looks in a 2-piece. 3 kids later. Although taking care of yourself physically, it is important to husbands. It is important. It's important how a woman take care of her body and how a woman is physically attractive in the eyes of her husband. It is important. Okay? So I'm not talking about how a woman looks in a 2-piece. I'm not talking about how a woman looks and how physically fit she is 3 or 4 or 5 kids later. And because it is important to take care of yourself physically for your husband. But the attraction that I'm speaking of, that a man or a husband desires, goes beyond the physical and into the emotional. Be attractive unto him. Attraction goes beyond the physical and into the emotional. And in order for you to understand the emotional side of the man, you got to know his love language. You got to speak his language. When he connects with her, or when your husband connects with you, connects with her at her best, the sparks begin to fly. That means a woman's love of herself, her passion for life, and how she carries herself will transcend his love for you. You better hear what I'm saying to you. I'm about to help you real good. I'm about to help you real good. Listen, women, don't allow your husband to see you all the time in your Walmart attire. What? I'm not talking about Walmart clothes that they sell, but y'all know what I'm talking about. You see people in Walmart dressed in your kind of way. Y'all seen those pictures on Facebook where they talk about stuff that happened at Walmart late at night and how these people be looking and all this kind of stuff. And yeah. Your man should come home, especially if it's a man that's done worked all day. He should come home and see you at your best. Make yourself attractive to him. Fix yourself up to where when he do come to you, he missed you so that everything about his day just flew out the window. When a woman's love for herself, her passion for life, and how she carries herself will transcend his love for you. As you embody your attractiveness, he will reflect the same passion. The more you attract yourself, or the more you take care of yourself, the more you build up your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your self-worth, he'll start loving that about you. He will miss your beauty. In other words, give him something that he should miss. Trust me. And he won't go looking for something that he ain't got. Be attractive for him. So as you embody your attractiveness, he will reflect the same passion. A woman who wants a man or a husband to be a man or to be a husband will invest in living life to its mature fullness. Remember, how you carry yourself is what you catch. What you advertise is the one that will come to patronize. How you advertise will determine who comes to patronize. And if you want your husband to come to you emotionally, affectionately, fix yourself up. A man, a husband, needs to see his wife looking good. I'm going to help you real quick. And I say this all the time, and I mean it. I really do mean it. I have no problem with men giving my wife a compliment. Did he just say, Because see, some of y'all men just say, ain't no man getting ready to tell my wife she's looking good. Ain't no man. Okay, cool. That just shows I'm confident in who I am to her and who she is to me. I'm confident in my relationship with my wife. And if a man say, man, you got a beautiful wife. Thank you. Appreciate you. I know I do. Because don't no man want a woman that nobody else wants. Seriously. Hear what I'm saying to you? That's it. So make yourself beautiful for him, not for somebody else, for him. In other words, what do your husband like? How do he like your hair? What type of makeup do he like? I tell my wife, I ain't got nothing against some of the stuff she wears, she put on. I don't tell her what she can wear, what she can't wear. She asks me, but sometimes I look at her, I be like, no, baby, that ain't it. Don't do that no more. Like, don't come with no eyelashes like this. You know, well, your eyelashes and they touching your eyebrows and all that other kind of stuff. That ain't me. It might be for another husband, but that ain't for me. I'm just saying, you know, I need to see your eyes. I'm just saying. So fix yourself up. What do your husband like? Well, when you go out shopping, do you buy what you want and what you feel like you need? Because you women got to understand, you married now. And you cannot be in a marriage, male or female, husband or wife. You can't be in the marriage with an independent spirit. You can't be successful in the marriage and still saying to me, I'm going to do what I want to do. Can't tell me where to go. Can't tell me what to do. It ain't about asking for permission. It ain't about telling you what to do. It ain't even about control. That's not what it's about. It's about consideration. You're representing each other. So when I go to the store, I ask my wife's opinion about what I'm wearing. I ask my wife, do you like this? She'll try on something. She'll ask me, but babe, what you think about this? Or what you think about that? And even if we don't agree sometimes, guess what? Even when we don't agree, sometimes she still won't buy it. She may think that it looks good for her or she did that and other, but that's not for me. Because your wife is representing the husband and the husband is representing the wife. And so there should be some kind of communication right there, consideration. And now if your husband don't mind you walking out here looking like a bootleg Nicki Minaj,
Not a bootleg.
then go for it. Wear your spandex up to the hooter to the cruder. That's if your husband good with it, that's fine. But there's some things I tell my wife now. There's some stuff that's just for my eyes only. Now you can tell my wife all day long how cute she is in the face, but once you start talking about the waist, brother, you got a problem. So I'm the only one that's going to tell her how good she look in the waist. You can talk about the face. Leave the meat to the waist. I'm just saying. So what number was I on? Lord help me. Oh, be attractive for him. When you be attractive for him and you become attractive for him and you do what he likes, dress as he like you to dress. It's not controlling, but be attractive for him. Number 10, the last one, and I'm done. Am I helping somebody? Did I help somebody? Am I helping somebody? Please. If I'm saying something that's not right, let me know. Because the one thing I don't want to do is lead people astray and lead people wrong. Last one. I've been on here an hour, and it's time for me to get off from here. The last one, number 10. Respect him by growing as a whole person. Remember that saying that everybody say? You a whole man. You a whole woman. You whole married. I ain't know there's a half a person or a half a woman. I didn't know all that. But respect him by growing as a whole person. When you respect him by growing as a whole person, what that means is you respect him by acknowledging that you're not always right. You're not always right. Men are not always right either. And I'm going to do one for the women. I don't know. I need to do one for the women too. But I want to come from a man perspective about man. But men ain't always right. But women respect him by growing as a whole person. As a whole person, it's okay to admit when you're wrong. Men will open up to you more when you can say, you know what, baby, I'm sorry. Such. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I did A, B, C, or D. Instead of being strong-willed. Don't no strong man, and hear me good when I say this, and please don't take this the wrong way. Don't no strong man want a strong-willed woman.
But want a strong-willed woman. Right.
I was getting there. See, she over helping me, y'all. Hear what I'm saying to you. Don't no strong man want a strong-willed woman, but wants a strong-willed woman. In other words, wives know how to be strong-willed, to take a stand on certain things, but they know how to become submissive to your husband. Because don't no man want to fight out in the world and have to come home and fight. No man should have to go out in the world and fight in the world and then come home to fight. Home should be the safe place. And some of y'all women are going to be like, well, what if he ain't taking care of home? Well, what if he ain't doing it? Well, understand something. The way your house is the way you created or you allowed it to be, period. Sometimes we as husbands, we choose the wrong spouses, we choose the wrong mates, we choose the wrong women, and you just got to deal with it. Let me testify from my behalf, and I'm going to get into this real quick, and I'm done. When I got married, I married for sex, period. Simple as that. 2 reasons. I got married because the sex was good, and I got married because she had her own place, and I was ready to get out of my mama's house. I'll be honest to you. And don't y'all, I can feel y'all right now looking and looking at me through this video lens. So I can't believe Bishop Holloway said it. It's the truth. You wouldn't be with your spouse if the sex wasn't good, period. Just saying. I'm just saying. It's meant to be good. God created it. He said it is good, period. So that was the two reasons why I got married. But once I got into church, you know what I had to do when I got into church? And I start finding God. And I start bringing my children to church. And she wasn't even in church. She wasn't even in church. She was not even thinking about church. Listen, we met, and this is how quick God moved. We met on February 5th, 1993. We met February 5th, 1993. By December 31st, 1993, first time I went to church. By February of 1994, she was pregnant, get ready to have my baby girl, Shakira. I'm a junior deacon in church. It's like God switched me up before she even, it's like God snatched me up and changed me before she could even blink 3 times. God moved that quick. And people was telling me I need to leave her. She wasn't a good woman for me because I'm in church now. She was a hellish woman. She was a brawling woman. She was a cusser. She was a fighter. She was an alcoholic. And people were trying to tell me I need to leave. But in God, I saw something in her outside of what was trying to present her to be. God allowed me to see the spirit of her over the fleshliness of her. Okay? Hear me good. And so when we got married, God showed me. He said, you did not ask me before you said I do. You didn't ask me for a wife before you said I do. So this is what you have to deal with. And I said, Lord, forgive me. I repented. I had to repent for choosing a wife that my flesh desired. Now, God, I need you to make her what my spirit needs, not just what my flesh desired. And where she at now, sometimes I got to tell God, Lord, help me, Jesus. He said, but you prayed for this. This is what you prayed for. And where she at now is what I prayed for. So I'm a witness that God will create the spouse that you're with into what you need because he did it for me. But because he did it for me, I'm forever grateful for it. But women, respect him by growing as a whole person. What can be more attractive to a man than a happy and joyful disposition in a woman? It's contagious and it empowers men. If a man sees you as a hellraiser, he ain't gonna open up to you. He ain't gonna talk to you. He's not gonna give you his whole self unto you. Everything that he do is gonna be wrong. Everything that he say is wrong. You fussing at him for this. You fussing at him for that. You fussing at him because he got on one sock. You fussing at him because he sat in the chair wrong. You fussing at him because he didn't take out the trash. You fussing at him because he left the toilet seat up. You fussing at him because you left the water on. You fussing at him because he left his comb on the sink. You fussing at him because he didn't put the top back on the toothpaste. You fussing at him because of this, that, and all you're doing is nagging, fussing, holler, cussing, yeah. That's not attractive to him. I'm not saying you're not going to never argue. I'm not saying you're not going to have problems. I'm not saying you're not going to fuss. Because every married couple, I don't care who they are, what their position is, the right reverend, archbishop, dewdrop, deacon, whatever. Every marriage is going to have opposition. But you got to be attracted to him. There's nothing more attractive than a man to say, you know what, man, I had one hell of a day. But because I had one hell of a day, I'm going to walk home into heaven. And when I get home, guess what? I know I got a wife that's going to be sitting there ready for me, smiling. Dinner done been cooked. I put on a meme on Facebook that I saw. It's crazy. I said, you know what? These women today don't know how to cook, but they know how to put on makeup. It said, what you going to feed your husband, Avon? Women, learn how to cook. Learn how to cook. If a man knows that he can come and embrace you, knowing that he's gonna feel joy and happiness and peace, He will love that. But if he knows what he's looking forward to and is coming home is hell, he's gonna hate to come home. He's gonna hate to come home. Don't be the woman that your husband hate coming home to. Don't be the wife that your husband hate coming home to. Be the wife that your husband says, I can't wait to get home. That your husband will bypass everything else. And that your husband will bypass everybody else. And he'll come home to you. But if he got to come home to hell with that. I'm just saying, it's the truth. It's contagious. If you want to see your husband joyful, if you want to see your husband joyful, be joyful unto him. I'm going to do one for the wives, Venetia. That's what it is. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Sister Venetia. I'm going to do one for the wives. But listen, if you want your husband to be joyful for him. Be happy with him. I told my wife this. Y'all know my wife's silly. She's silly. When I met her, she was silly. Man, it used to tee me off. Boy, it used to make me so mad. We can be in the midst of an argument. She just be laughing and cracking up. And boy, you want somebody to make me mad. It make me mad. She'd be laughing. She'd be sitting up there just hollering, laughing. Like it's a joke. But I told her, I said, you know what? That's one of the things that I love about you. Be yourself. Never lose who you are. I don't care if you become a doctor, a reverend, life coach, archbishop, whoever. Don't lose your sense of humor. Be who you are, because that's what attracted me to you. And I don't care how high you get or where the Spirit of the Lord may take you. Never lose who you are, because that's what I love. We had a preacher one time trying to tell her that she need to do something. I looked at her, no, I'm good. You good. As long as I said you good, keep being you. That's all that matters. So what can be more attractive? I'm going to get over here. What can be more attractive to men than a happy and joyful disposition in a woman? It's contagious and it empowers men. To get to that happy place also means the road along the way took some work of healing and growth for you, like releasing shame, depression, anger, sadness, and fear along the way. What do I mean by that? Don't make your husband pay for what your former or your past did to you. That can go for men and women. Really, it can. So let me put it to you this way. Stop making your spouse pay for what your previous did to you. Previous boyfriend, previous girlfriend, previous fiance, whoever. Because that's not who you with now. So you have to learn how to release any shame, release any depression, release any anger, sadness, or fear along the way. And how you're going to do that is because the more you build him up, he's going to help build you up. You're going to be bringing him out. He's going to be bringing you out. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to come out together. But you won't come out together if you think that you are in this all by yourself. Some of you just type release it. But once you get there and once you've arrived and you are now deserving a mature, emotionally healthy man so that both of you may have life and have it more abundantly. I close my iPad. 10 things. So listen, taking care of a man's needs is more than just sex. I'm giving him what he wants. I'm taking care of his need. Okay, you're taking care of his need, but you need to learn how to take care of his needs pure. Because it's more to a man's emotional makeup than just sex. And if you want your husband to respond in a way that is going to be emotional for you, learn how to speak his language. Go back and watch his replay. Get with your husband. Y'all sit down together. Y'all watch this together and let it bless you. I hope I said something to somebody to help you along the way. I pray for marriages, those that are desiring to be married, those that are married now. I speak the love of God over your relationships. I speak the love of God over your relationship, over your relationship. I can't say it enough. I speak the love of God over your relationships. That where God may abound, love will also rule. I pray for peace. I come against any kind of spirit of confusion, come against any kind of spirit of doubt. If you work the marriage will work for you. And listen, some of y'all may have been in bad relationships, may have been divorced or whatever the case may be. Don't allow that to cause you to be fearful to love again. Make the best of what you in. Be pleasing one to another, that you too can be pleasing unto God. And I plead the blood of Jesus right now, that no weapon that is formed against you shall prosper, but God shall be glorified out of everything that is said and done concerning you and your spouse. So listen, I hope I helped you. I'm done. Please pray for me, pray for my wife, and we'll be back here soon. Until next time, God bless you. Peace.